On January 17, 1893, American sugar planters overthrow Hawaiian Queen Liliuokalani. But why did the Hawaiian Islands used to be called the Sandwich Islands? And when did the islands become part of the United States? Also, when did the U.S. establish a naval base in Hawaii at Pearl Harbor? Polynesian voyagers may have arrived in the Hawaiian Islands as early as the 5th century AD. Englishman James Cook discovered the archipelago in 1778, naming it the Sandwich Islands in honor of John Montagu, the 4th Earl of Sandwich, who was a patron of Cook's expeditions. Sandwich, incidentally, is a town in Kent in southeastern England. Today it is the location of Royal St. George's Golf Club, one of the courses in the yearly rotation for Britain's Open Championship. American traders and missionaries began arriving in Hawaii in the early 19th century, and in 1835, William Northey Hooper of Boston established the first sugar plantation. In 1840, a constitutional monarchy was established, stripping Hawaii's monarch, King Kamehameha III, of much of his authority. Over the next few decades, Hawaii entered into a number of political and economic treaties with the U.S. In 1877, the U.S. constructed a naval base at Pearl Harbor on the island of Oahu. In 1891, 52-year-old Liliuokalani ascended to the throne at the death of her brother, King Kalakaua. Liliuokalani was also a talented musician and composed the iconic Hawaiian folk song Aloha Oe, also known as Farewell to Thee. Sanford Dole was born in Honolulu in 1844 to American parents who were Protestant missionaries. His cousin, industrialist James Dole, became known as the Pineapple King for his role in developing the pineapple industry in Hawaii. Sanford Dole left Hawaii to study law at Williams College in Massachusetts, then returned to the islands to practice law. He was twice elected to the Hawaiian legislature and was appointed a justice of the Supreme Court of Hawaii in 1887. In January 1893, with the support of the United States, Dole led a group of plantation owners in staging a coup. They deposed Queen Liliuokalani and installed a provisional government with Dole as president. John L. Stevens, U.S. Minister to Hawaii, proclaimed the islands a U.S. protectorate. The U.S. annexed the archipelago in 1898. U.S. President William McKinley appointed Sanford Dole as territorial governor. Dole resigned in 1903 to become a judge of the U.S. District Court of Hawaii. He died in Honolulu in 1926 at age 82. Deposed Queen Liliuokalani had died 7 years earlier, also in Honolulu, at age 79. In 1959, 42 years after her death, Hawaii became the 50th U.S. state. Here are other events that happened today in history. In 1781, Patriot leader Daniel Morgan defeats a British force at the Battle of Cowpens in South Carolina. In 1942, heavyweight boxer Muhammad Ali is born Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. in Louisville, Kentucky. In 1945, in the closing months of World War II, Soviet troops liberate Warsaw from German occupation. In 1950, 11 men steal more than $2 million from the Brinks Armored Car Depot in Boston, Massachusetts. In 1953, the iconic Chevrolet Corvette makes its debut at the Motorama Auto Show in New York City. In 1984, the U.S. Supreme Court rules against the motion picture industry in Universal vs. Sony. In 2017, Kolo, the first ever gorilla born in captivity, dies at the Columbus Zoo at the age of 60. And now, it's time for our Today in History quiz. Which Enlightenment thinker influenced the U.S. Constitution through his idea of separation of powers into three branches of government? Hobbes, Voltaire, Montesquieu, or Locke? Liked learning about Hawaii? Then you'll love this one about another territory seized by the United States, Puerto Rico. Tap the screen to keep the story going on Today in History.